Okay, folks, it's your buddy Mike Messier, and I'm outside the movie theater now. I just saw the second movie in a very short period of time. I was behind in the films, and Mike's Instant Movie Review is a series of videos, instant film reaction videos that I've committed to on a separate playlist here on Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. And why is that? Well, first of all, I enjoy going to the movies. Second of all, as I said, I enjoy going to the movies, not Netflixing and chilling, not sitting on the couch, not streaming to a phone or to computer. I enjoy the communal situation of the big screen, the wonderful wonderment of a big movie on a big movie screen. Now, today, something I've known about, but I haven't acted upon. And it's always one of those things where you kick yourself in the ass when, like, you finally do something and you should have done it months ago, and then you finally do it, and then you're enjoying the fact that you're doing it, but you're also saying, I wish I had done this earlier. And so, what was that for me? Well, I had to drive about 40 minutes out of my precious way to go see a movie theater that had the big D screen. Like I said, I've known about this. I could have seen Black Widow on the big D screen. I probably could have seen Jungle Cruise on the big D screen, probably movies for the last year, if I had just taken the time, the 45 minutes to drive to this theater with the big D screen. I could have easily seen this stuff. But I'm telling you, I saw the Suicide Squad on the big screen, the big D, and I think it vastly improved the experience. And so, if any of you are out there, you might be wondering, well, what is this big D? It's kind of just like a bigger screen and just a more powerful experience, the sound and the audio. And the screen is kind of curved towards you. So I would recommend it. AMC has it. I don't know if other theater chains have the big D, but AMC might be a AMC chain thing. So I go to see the Suicide Squad. So we'll start with that. That was a matinee show. About 5 people in the theater. I give the statistics. It's not as a way to diminish the film. It's simply put to say that if you're like me and you don't like big crowds, you go to the matinees, you kind of manipulate the system, you go see movies at off times, off days. You don't have to go opening weekend, Friday night, like you're 14 years old. You can go whenever you want. But it was nice to see the Suicide Squad on the big screen. Now, some of you may recall I was kind of upset with myself 5 years ago because I didn't see the original Suicide Squad from 2016 at all. And I had told myself to go see it. I wanted to see what Jared Leto was up to as the Joker. But I didn't see it. And I don't know why. Because I think what happened was I started hearing the critics panic and everyone was saying how horrible it was and how crap it was. And so I didn't go see that Suicide Squad. So now we come 2021, and it occurred to me, well, gee whiz, I better see the first Suicide Squad before I go see this one. Well, guess what? I never got around to it. I never got around to finding this 2016 because then I just watched it on a small screen somewhere. So I went to see the Big D, the Suicide Squad. I read a little article last night that said, is this a reboot? Is this a sequel? Boy, somebody's coming. Might have to relocate. Maybe not. So I basically I just went to see the movie, and I really went in cold. I don't know all these DC comic things. I don't know about every comic character that becomes a film character. You know what I mean? But I enjoyed it. I did see Birds of Prey, so I was familiar with this Margot Robbie as whatever, and she's money. I mean, she's big time player. Uh, a lot of actors that I knew their faces, I didn't really know their names. It was interesting to see, kind of on a competitive note, to see that guy from spoilers, I guess. To see the guy from SNL, the Pete Davidson guy. I'm like, what's this putz doing in this movie? And I basically thought, if this guy can be in this movie, I should be in these goddamn movies because I'm more entertaining than that guy. I'm just funnier and better. more star power in my mind. But he was in this movie to give him credit. Give him credit. Hey, it's America. People can do things. The Weasel. I was when the movie started. I was kind of like off put by the Weasel. I don't know if that Weasel thing was in the 2016 Suicide Squad. I think he was, but that was kind of funny. And then spoilers, when the pop goes the Weasel, the Weasel dies. I got a kick out of it. So I thought the Suicide Squad concept was interesting. You have all these criminals, these low lives, these losers, and they're all in jail. And to kind of get out of some jail years, they have to be a Suicide Squad. So I kind of dug that concept, and I kind of like the fact that you know members of the movie, like for instance, spoiler, the John Cena character, he might fucking die. Like I thought that was good. China John was in this. He was interesting. John Cena, I thought he did okay. I mean, to be honest, as an acting coach myself and a wrestling guy, I can see some of the wrestler in John Cena's performances. He hasn't really shaken that. I thought The Rock did very well in the Jungle Cruise, but I think Cena's got some way to go with his acting, which is fine. He's making the big money. Not that he gives a fuck what I have to say. Overall, though, I enjoyed the movie, and I got a big kick out of spoiler Starro, the big giant starfish. I thought that was funny. I thought that was. There's the thing. Like, here's the thing. Some of these movies, like one of these Avenger movies or something I saw years ago, maybe 2016, 17, it had like some weird fucking villain that was all CGI with an axe, and there was like two competing action movies that came out around the same time, and they both had very similar villains, and I can't remember the names, but they were just like really bad villains. I like this fucking Starro. I kind of got into it. Maybe it's because I'm a guy who likes the ocean and so forth. I like the beach area, but I thought Starro was kind of fun. I'm going to be looking for a Starro T-shirt if there is one. I'm sure there's one on uh, that. Well, Austin hops in with a little hop in here. Just got home from WWE Raw. Like you literally went to it in Orlando. Write up a little report, and I'll put it on the put some thoughts up there. We've got some wrestling interference in this Mike's Instant movie review. That's okay, Austin. It's interactive. You can write your stuff. That's why I'm doing these live now. I'm experimenting. Okay, so I really dug the Suicide Squad. Now, here's the thing. I would highly suggest seeing this on the big screen and sooner rather than later for those of you that haven't seen it. And to be honest, if you saw it at home, I would say if I saw this movie at home, The Suicide Squad, I don't think it would have the same power as going to the theater. I think it's a big time movie. It needs to be on a big time screen, big time sound and audio. That's the way to see something like this. It's a spectacle. I liked it. Uh, I think I said everything that I liked. I mean, I like Margot Robbie. I like this one. I like that one. Even the shark. I found myself kind of feeling like very connected to the shark. You know what I mean? The shark character. Go ahead, Austin. Did I scare Austin away? I mean, geez, I didn't mean to insult him. I've got the I thing saying 0 now, which means nobody's watching. So hopefully Austin's still around. You can put up your raw report. Go ahead, buddy. I'm not trying to kill your freedom of speech. What's next? So then I say, gee whiz, I did my thing. I had a big, exciting day. I did a couple of wrestling videos. My angry wrestling fan came out today, big time. The Triple H in therapy video is an instant classic if you haven't seen that. Then it's nighttime, and I'm saying, you know what? I got to see this Green Knight movie because I kind of know how these movie theaters work, and I know that the Green Knight is going to be gone. But by Thursday, or on Thursday and after, it's going to be very hard to find this Green Knight movie in the theater. So I said, well, fuck, I better go see it tonight. I mean, I could have waited till tomorrow, but I said, why put it off? I'll make it a fucking cinema doubleheader. I go see the Green Knight. I've got to drive 40 minutes back home, different theater. Now I'm at Regal Cinema. Okay. And then I say, well, gee whiz, I got to go see the Green Knight. I go in there. There's one other person in the theater. I've got my trusty 10-pound weight. I'm doing exercises, MCM exercises while I'm watching the movie, getting my full time's worth. I got into the theater about 15 minutes late. As I'm walking in, it's like kind of the the prologue is going on, like spoilers, I guess. There's the fucking guy sitting there at the throne, and I've got a story to tell you. I like the movie. Here's the thing. I guess I wasn't really familiar with the story of Sir Gawain. I can't say his name, and the Green Knight, Knight Gaiwan or Gaiwan, whatever the fuck. I'm not familiar with it. I can't even say his fucking name. Uh, so I think sometimes these movies, whether it's a modern day comic adaptation or an adaptation of this classic tale by Anonymous, apparently, they take for granted that not all of the fucking audience is familiar with the source material. Like they're like, oh, well, all the look, assholes, I got better things to do than sit there and read a stack of DC comics about Talking Shark and whatever the fuck. And I haven't read every classic book of literature, and if I did, it was probably a long time ago in college or high school or fucking middle school, and I forgot. So some of these movies just take it for granted. It seems like with the Green Knight, they took their sweet ass time telling like 90% of the story, and then the last 10% they just start throwing shit at the screen, and it's like, oh fuck, spoiler. Oh, he had a kid. Oh, this happened. Oh, that happened. Oh, this happened. And like you're. It just seems like at the end they were running out of. You can only make a movie about 2.5 hours now, and it's just like a lot of shit just started happening, and what I got out of it, once again, spoiler, from this Green Knight thing, I dug it, but what I was basically feeling was the little storyline or the whole lesson is of the Green Knight film and the story and everything. It's like you don't have to prove yourself to a fucking weird challenge. Like this knighthood is all absurd. It's all stupid. It's all, to go and chop a fucking tree man's head off and then allow him to chop your head off. The absurdity is, like the woman said, the romantic relationship, is it just not good enough to be good? Do you have to be great? Basically calling him out on his shit. Your ego, your knightly ego, your male ego is causing you to risk your life and to go on this stupid adventure, but you could just be sitting here eating porridge. So I guess what it is to me is kind of an examination of the male ego, the need to prove oneself. And I think what the story is saying is that it's all a bunch of shit because you're just going to get your head chopped off. Maybe I get that wrong, but there didn't seem to be a real regal or a very royal victory for this Sir Gawain. Is basically like you made a deal with the devil, you chop his head off, and you get all the ego and you get all the fame of chopping the guy's head off, the tree man. But you've made a deal that he's going to get to chop your fucking head off. So it's kind of just like instant karma is going to get you, but it takes a year. You traded your normal life for this kind of crazy, wild adventure, but you're going to get your head chopped off at the end. So, Austin, you're running out of time, but if you have your raw report, I mean, maybe you've gone off and eaten some oatmeal or some peanut butter, or you were already processing the evening of Raw you saw in Orlando, and now you're watching my Triple H and therapy video. But nice for you to check in. This was a very sudden occurrence. This is a live stream, Mike Instant Movie Review. People are shocked and amazed that I'm doing these live streaming videos now. They never know when it's going to happen. I don't have a schedule. I do the videos as I see fit. Today, you were all treated with 3 videos. Tomorrow might be none. You never know what's going to happen on Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. You could dig in. You can see all my different hair variants, my weight fluctuating, my tone and my demeanor. Some days I'm a nice guy. Some days I'm not. People are saying, well, gee whiz, Mike, you're very controversial. People are telling me that people are even afraid of me in the pro wrestling journalism circles. They fear me and they fear my intensity and my integrity. There's nothing to fear here. I'm just a nice, normal guy. Having fun in life, sharing with you my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions. Okay? And sometimes those are a little brittle. I mean, it's not all cupcakes and sunshine, folks. Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. I would have to, oh God, now I'm going to go past the 15-minute mark because I was trying to do 15 or less. Now I have to answer the question that I posed in the title. Which film did I like better? Which film did I enjoy more? It's a tough one because normally I would say The Green Knight because it's more of my speed, it's more of my fucking whatever the fuck. I'll be honest with you. Maybe it was just the theater. Like that big D screen is hard to beat. This theater had a pretty good screen, but it didn't have the big D. My overall experience, I feel like I enjoyed the Suicide Squad more. Now, I liked the Patel guy. He was in Yesterday. I recognized him in The Green Knight. I did like the Green Knight movie a lot. I feel like if I had seen the Green Knight on the D screen, it probably would have gone to that. I'm telling you, this D screen, if you can find it at AMC, it's worth the price of admission. All these theaters have these subscription plans now, so you can subscribe, okay, and see these movies for 20 bucks, $22 a month. You can see all the movies you want. Sometimes there's a few up charges for special occasions, 3Ds, but it's worth it. Don't be afraid. If you need to mask up, get vaccinated if you want. I mean, I'm tired of debating it. You know what I mean? It's like people are saying, I don't want to get vaccinated. I'll just go to the hospital and die. Okay, fine, go. I mean, what can I do? I've said my fucking speech. I've endorsed the vaccine, which people give me shit about. If you're going to be stubborn and get sick, I can't help you. I've already said my fucking piece. There you fucking have it. Any fucking way. I enjoyed the goddamn movies. It was a double feature, and I enjoyed it. Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. For anyone in Hollywood, you might know that I'm a professional actor and screenwriter and wonderful person, and I have all these wonderful things on Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. My fucking films, disregard the Vampire Mike Messier documentary, 11 awards, Blood Sugar Sid Ace feature, and so much more. Nature of the Flame, a short, The Impeccable, wonderful movies that I've created that you can watch, possibly and probably better films that you're seeing for a fraction of the price. Now, of course, if you gave me a goddamn budget, I could make a better movie than these fucking things. Anyway, I enjoyed my day at the films, the nice air conditioning. It was all worth it, and that's it.